In over 15 years of running this YouTube channel, I don't think I've reviewed ever a FPS game. Ever. And today I'm coming to you with one. It's called Sparedevil, and I'm going to tell you it is absolutely fantastic and brings everything that I loved about 90s arcade FPS games into 2024 whilst keeping the retro vibe. In Sparedevil, you play like you're trapped inside a 1990s bowling alley animation set. And so all of these different bowling pins have come to life and they're trying to kill you. There are two modes in this game, and I'll spend most of my time talking about the main skirmish mode because you've got 3 hits and then you're dead. And the idea is to stay alive as long as possible. And you do this by using your bowling ball to fire it out and smash down as many pins as possible. But the beauty of this game comes in its fluidity, its combo and chaining of events, and how one action charges the next action for you to do so that you can keep being all powerful so long as you keep that fluidity in some kind of FPS ballet as it all unfolds in front of your eyes. The first step on that is to charge up your bowling ball. And so you can press and release and it will just send a bowling ball off and away. But if you press and hold it and then wait for the energy charge to be ready, and then you fire it off, it goes at much more force. And that allows you to try and aim to get several sets of pins smashed down for maybe multiple strikes or multiple spares. And that can be very helpful because every time a set of pins gets into the arena, they stay there for a couple of seconds and then they'll leap towards you to try and land on top of you and kill you. And it only takes a couple of hits and you're out very quickly. Or if you're not paying attention, you can fall off the stage into the lava or get stuck in various kind of evil gooey soup in the secondary level, which is much more Halloween themed. The other thing that you then do once you've then charged up your bowling ball and shot it out is that if you start getting strikes, it charges your secondary weapon. And so what you end up doing is charging up your bowling ball, leaping up into the air and trying to do an air attack because they score more points and chain up your combo quicker. And then what that then does is charge up, say, a laser beam or your CD-ROM frisbee that you can then throw out, or the little death gun that you've got. There's a variety of different weapons. They start charging up the longer you stay in the game and the more you've chained up your score. But they all make the pacing of the game go faster and faster and faster, and it is a real rampant rise up of just what chaos is coming at you now. And the idea with Sparedevil is that things just become so overwhelming that you're not quite sure where to go next. And it's a bit like a roguelite game where you're just feeling like you're being like Survivor-like overwhelmed, but it's in an FPS perspective and it's all bowling ball related. Alongside the main pins, you also get things like dynamite pins that will explode if they're near you, but if you hit them, they can be flown up across the stage and blow up other pins for you. There are other ones like flying pins that were like homing missiles that will chase you around, so they need taking out. There are giant clowns that spin around and you need to throw a bowling ball in their mouth to get rid of them. But if you don't, they'll keep spewing out pins and getting even more things into the environment for you to have to deal with. And then there are other ones like Joker pins that will take away your combo score if you hit them, or a UFO starts to fly in from the sky that you can try and do a jump shot to hit, or there are like pinion wheels of things kind of rolling across the screen. More and more things just start to descend chaos into this game that you just have to continually think on your feet about. But you'll only survive that far if you're good enough and you're fast enough. So it's like constantly racking up more and more and more and more drama for you to deal with as you get better at the game. The longer you stay in the game, the more customization you unlock for your bowling ball. And so you can change the colour, the design and the pattern, and also the colour of energy that dissipates around the level, because if you do exceptionally well, you can leave pockets of energy that you can then stand inside for a combo and boost, like score booster. So again, positioning, working out what you're doing, where do you stand, how long do you stand there for, because it's never safe more than a couple of seconds. You then have to quickly hot foot it and try and get somewhere else again. But just, there is such a visceral score attack, chaotic hedonism with this game. I love the aesthetic. I love the fact that it's taking loads of 90s pinball and arcade centre sounds and just turning it into a real lively experience, and it plays so fluidly and responsively. It's just a dream to play, really. And between the main mode and the backup mode, which is having a 30-second timer that depletes and keeps depleting if you don't keep replenishing the timer with various different feats and combo achievements to keep yourself in the game, you have different ways to play and approach the game too. So I have to say, I haven't had this much fun with an FPS game for years. It is pure arcade score attack hedonism wrapped up in a 1995 bow. So chef's kiss for me. I hope this finds like-minded audience, because I think you'll have a blast with it. Viewers often say, what's an FPS game that you would recommend? Sparedevil is that game. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.